What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Dr. Quack House Calls. I'm Dr. Quack, and today we've got a special guest for everyone. I want to bring her on. This is a women's promo champion here. I want to bring on Momma Purge.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on, Momma Purge. I know we were trying to get it last time. We had some things, technical difficulties, but now we're here.
Finally, yeah.
Yeah. I want to start off here because you are a women's promos champion, which is not very common throughout the promo world. Where exactly is the title?
In Elite Marks, I defended my last weekend or the weekend before. No, when was it? I think it was before Halloween. The 28th, I think it was, right? Or 29th. I defended my title, and I'm still women's championess. So, yeah.
How does it feel to be a woman in the promo world where it's pretty dominant with males around?
Well, first of all, yeah, sure, I'm a woman, but I'm also a mother, you know.
That you are. I'm a bird.
Yeah, so I mean, it feels kind of weird, and I've noticed some opponent like, um, how do I say it? They respect me a lot. They won't go too hard against me like they would do against the men. So sometimes I have an easy game.
And that works towards your advantage a little bit, huh?
It does. It does.
I mean, because you've had a lot of matches recently. I mean, you've been doing this how long?
Um, well, last year in November, I become the first PPA, not the first, but I had a handicap match against Ness, so I become PPA heavyweight champion, and then I said I will never do it again. And then in Foundation we had that story with Drew going on, which I got dragged into basically, and then now officially I'm doing this promoing now for 6-7 months. Yeah.
And how have you enjoyed that time? Has it been easy? Has it been hard? How's it been for you?
If it would be hard, then I won't be doing it anymore. It's still fun. I enjoy it. And if I won't enjoy it and I wouldn't have fun, then won't do it anymore. If it will get harder, it's not like that. I'm running away from task. I never have been. I mean, I'm 49 years old, so I never have been running away from task at all. But if it will get too much, then I will say so. I mean, I think you don't have to, like promo in every foundation, even though I'm in nearly every foundation, but I'm only taking 1 or 2 matches at a time, maybe in a month or 3 matches, so I don't get worn out. And I think that's the secret towards it.
That could be, yeah. Burnout is a big factor. I want to go over some of the matches with you that you are in. First, I want to talk about in WGP the FTW title opportunity against Hollywood Haywood.
Oh,
How
yeah.
have you been preparing for that? Because that's got to be a big challenge for you.
How can you prepare for someone like Haywood? I mean, I did my homework. I know I've seen his matches. Um, the thing is he ready for Momma Purge?
That is definitely true. I mean, you've been on a pretty impressive winning streak as of late.
Yeah. In WGP, I'm undefeated. Yeah.
Undefeated there. Who else did you take on in WGP?
I took on Young Buck. I took on NDT. I took on Elijah McFly. Um, all men's.
All men's, definitely.
All men.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an odd thing when you see a woman in the promo world battling men. You don't see it very often, but I mean, you are definitely a competitor. Even your match over there, I want you to walk me through this. The match you had with Heathen in
Yeah.
HSP, where you were one-on-one there, and what was going through your mind going up into that match?
It was my debut. And I wanted to show my best. And I wanted to know everybody that Momma Purge is not an easy win. That even I can take somebody on like heathen. And at the end of the day, he was the one who took it easy. I wasn't. And I think, like I said to you before, it's got something to do like people respect me. And heathen is, tag team partner from Purge and it's his best friend. So he won't go hard on me. And I think it was advantage to me, but maybe I don't know. So
Yeah, I mean, it is a hard thing. Do you ever feel like somebody's really going to go hard at you? Do you think that's going to happen here in the promo world? Or do you think people are going to try to taper off there? Do you see Hollywood doing that?
no, but Mr. Wallace will.
Mr. Wallace will. Why would
I
Mr.
will,
Wallace?
because I kidnapped him with young gun. So he's not in a good mood with me. So I'm on his bad list. So yeah, I think Mr. Wallace will be the first one who will go hard on me.
So Mr.
Yeah,
Wallace will go hard. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, I believe he has taken on a couple women before in the promo world. He didn't go light. I imagine that. I remember with Mary Sue long ago.
yeah. But you want to know something? I mean, if you can't, if you don't want people to go hard on you, then don't do it. Like, like uh, I won't be treated like the men.
That's right.
But if you think you don't want to treat me like a man, like a woman, because you want to respect me, that's up to you. But don't, like, don't think that I will give the same respect to you also because you're a man. I will go hard on you.
Okay. Yeah, if you got any questions or anything out there for the people watching, by all means, put them up here. This is Momma Purge. She is a promo artist from all over the promo world. She is all over now. She left, right, north, south, east, west, everywhere.
Yeah.
Moving up to the big time. I want to talk to you, though, about the big match over here at Demon Seed. This is a 6-pack challenge. You have 5 other competitors. Have you ever fought a multi-person match where it's a triple threat or higher?
I had one in Foundation was Don Krypton and Elijah McFly.
And how
But
did
that
that
was all
go?
it. I came in second.
Second.
I mean, Don Krypton, he's quite, he's a name.
He is.
He's
He's champion now, I believe, isn't he?
everywhere, every prototype, here, there, everywhere. So he's hard to beat. But it was, like, it's always, no matter who I go against, it's always an honor.
That's
Always.
definitely. So that's 6-pack challenge because you got AEP, Mason Blade, Purge, Sergeant Havoc, and Bossolini in there with yourself. I mean, how do you prepare for one of these matches where you're going against 5 other people?
I've beaten AP, Mason Blade, Sergeant Havoc, and even my own son. So the only one I haven't beaten is Bossolini, but that's not a problem for me after all. So yeah, I mean, what else can I say than just Momma Purge is always watching you. So I know.
That was always around. Momma Purge is watching. You would see that on every broadcast if you were competing or not.
It started on HSP. Can you remember first time on the polls when I watched it in the show, and I always wrote Momma Purge is watching you. So that's where I got it from. As from there on, it's always Momma Purge is watching you. So.
And Aaron, I want you to talk to me about because I've seen in your promos, it looks like somebody like
What's the
with a
master
jigsaw
puppets
appearance.
for?
You what? Say that again.
I don't know. What was that?
Justin.
Because I want you to talk to me about. It looks like something like jigsaw in your promos. How did that come about?
Not only Jigsaw. I've got many puppets. I've even for Halloween, I even let Michael Myers speak. Believe it or not, I did it. And yeah, well, my master puppet is is my jig. I don't know how I came to it because it's Master of Puppet, and I thought, well, I need to have a puppet, and I love the film, Saw film, so I thought, well, there he is, my puppet. So, and for every other occasion, I've got like several different. I come up with, I've got some crazy ideas in my head. Sometimes, I just put makeup on and be a demon myself. Last night I had a match against SNES. I let Bowser be my puppet and have subtitles because he can't speak. He was just drawing. So I always find something.
That you do. It's pretty wild with that. I mean, I've seen a lot of your promos with them in there, and it's just like, okay, so now we got a little bit of a dark side and everything. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions here because we talked about this a little last night. Green screen. How do you feel about a green screen?
I use it because I always got my castle in the background. And, in that castle, there are all my puppets in there. And of course, I use a green screen, but I can do without. So either have, but I mean, for my gimmick, for what I do, I need to have my castle in the background because I always say, like, look, my castle in the background, there's a space for you, room for you, or whatever. But yeah, I use it.
That is awesome. So let me walk down a couple of these matches here because there's some other ones that are pertaining to you a little bit. Like there's Heathen Joey D because you took it on Heathen. He's now getting a redemption match against Joey D. How do you see that going down?
Oh, I definitely vote for Heathen. Now he's back on the line. I think he had quite a little shock there when he lost against me. So yeah, he's now the crazy-eyed white boy. So he will be asking tomorrow, how is your mama and them? So you don't have to worry about that.
So you're predicting Heathen will win that match?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And then you've got Mr. Wallace and Prince Blackheart. Both men you are very familiar with. They're both fighting for a shot against Old School for that Pure Heart Championship.
I'll tell you one thing. I mean, last 3 matches, and Prince Blackheart was undefeated. He had clean sweeps. And he finally is on fire. Finally. But I think Mr. Wallace will come out for that win.
You think he will? I mean,
yeah.
Prince Blackheart's had a couple sweeps in there. He's definitely stepped his game up.
Yeah, I know. Mr. Wallace will definitely have a hard round there, but I think he's going to take out the victory at the end.
Okay. And I want to talk to you about Soul Harvest 3 because that's coming up here. You got Storyteller and you got Vagabond, 2 men that are going to be the team captains for this match, 7-on-7. Would you like to be selected in this match? And if you did, which team member would you like to be with? Which side, Storyteller or Vagabond?
Storyteller.
Really? Why?
Because he's one of my big idols. He can tell stories like nobody else does. I'm quite a storyteller myself. I like to tell stories. So I think I will be a good team member for Storyteller, but I also have the dark side. So, well, whoever wants me in his team, I'm okay with it. But I would prefer Storyteller.
So you wouldn't be mad if Vagabond selected you?
No, I wouldn't be mad at all. No.
Not at all.
Nah, not at all.
All righty. Well, that's definitely something to keep your eye on. We'll find that out this Thursday here, Demon Seed over in Heart and Soul.
Yeah.
But I want to go into a little bit of wrestling here because you watch professional wrestling.
Sometimes
you don't have a choice, right? Because you've got someone else there with you.
Exactly. WrestleMania, Royal Rumble I've watched. But the thing is, I always do my predictions, and if I'm right, then Justin cursing me because he always said you never watched it, but you're always right. So
It's kind of somewhat predictable. I know it is.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the merger that WWE's done now? Vince McMahon being out, and Endeavor taking over? Do you think that's helped professional wrestling?
Well, you know, I still watch the old days because I'm quite an age woman. We had the Undertaker and Hulk Hogan, and back in the old days, I remember it was just pure entertaining, and now all the new promo artists come, and I've got the feeling it's more about merch and making money. That's not the nice way, you know. Like, I really don't know about that managing Vince McMahon or whatever his name is, or, you know, like, I just have got that feeling that now it's just like, I think it's all about money. It's not really about entertaining. Of course, they do entertaining, but you see, I mean, Justin was just at the WWE live here in Germany, but you see what the people in wrestling have to do so much work. It's unbelievable, and that is mainly for money. The cards are really expensive to go there. The tickets,
Yeah.
and the people there are really working their ass off. Imagine you're doing a tour around Germany, and a day later you're in Saudi Arabia, and 2 days later you're back in the USA, and you still have to give 100%. I think that is not a nice way to treat your talents, and especially for money.
Exactly. Have you ever been to a live event?
No, I haven't. Just for
No,
live concerts.
that live concerts. But I mean, would you go to one? Would you go to a live wrestling event?
I don't like the crowds anymore. I think I'm too old for that.
God, I can understand that. I
I
do.
don't even like to go in the clubs anymore. Okay, if it's like a bar with live music, I would go. It's not that crowded, but not the clubs, and especially not to such a l- big show. There are too many people around for me. No, I don't like the crowds.
No, I understand that. So speaking of people that were wrestling when we were young and we loved this, Sting and Ric Flair are still in AEW, still out there active. Um, Sting announced his retirement. Ric Flair is now a part of it. Did you have any favorite moments with those two?
No, I'm sorry. I can't answer this question because I don't watch it.
You don't watch? You didn't? Did you watch it back in the day?
Well, I did watch it back in the day, but I really can't remember. I always used to watch it when, like Undertaker was on, or the Hulk Hogan was on. Those were my favorite. Or what's his name, Macho Man, or like all the old ones.
Macho
And
Man Randy Savage, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, but I really can't. I think the Purge will be the better interview partner for you in that
Oh,
in
it's
that
okay.
range.
I'm just glad. I'm just trying to get your insight on it because a lot of people in this business, in the promo world, they watched a lot of professional wrestling. They wanted to be a professional wrestler. You got in this for different reasons, right?
Well, I got dragged into it basically, and then and then no, but in the end of the day, it was my fault because I couldn't keep my big mouth shut, and then SNES said, "Okay, I will take you on," and all the rest of it. So one thing lead to another, but then I gave my title to Neekman because I said I'm quitting. I only have one match and that's it. Well, no, well, now I'm Elite Women's Championess. So
Definitely. I'm gonna go into some rapid fire questions. A couple of them. Do you have any advice for anybody entering the promo world?
just be you. Don't make anything up. Be yourself. Like do what you want. Don't, take some advices, but still do your own stuff. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. As simple as that. I don't do it. If somebody says to me like, like, uh, okay, now I have to go against Justin, but it was, unnecessary. I mean, it was a bit, yeah, the cartel and whatever. I don't know what that game is, but whatever you do, as long as you have fun and enjoy it, do it. If you don't feel, if you don't feel you don't enjoy it anymore and don't have fun anymore, take a break, maybe come back or just quit.
Your favorite match you've had so far?
My favorite match I've had so far. My favorite Don Krypton for the prototype title. I gave everything I could. And it was only 4 points. And my hardest one was against my own son. It broke my heart.
No. And you ended up winning that.
I was winning. I did win. So I
Oh,
did win.
man. I mean, how mad was the Purge after that match?
He was so disappointed he left the foundation chat.
Oh boy, so it was pretty serious. They say that.
He was a bit. He needed 2 or 3 hours to calm down. I never saw him that mad, but I think he was also a bit hurt of my words I said to him. But that's the game. This is
Yeah,
how I felt, and this is what I told him. If you can't handle it, then don't do it. As simple as that.
and you and him are, of course, a lot better now.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like,
I mean, he's my baby boy. I love him no matter what.
no matter what. Well, folks, there you go. This is our end of our show here. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Momma Purge, for coming on here. My next guest we'll be heading into the pro wrestling world for my next few episodes. I will be having Bad Boy Carnage on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Dr. Quack, and this is the House Calls.